Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. Today I'm going to be sharing with you another video in my Shop My Stash series. I'm really excited to get back into this series, and I'm honestly really ashamed to say that I took 3 months off of this series because it is something that I was really excited to do, and I have been meaning to sit down and film one of these videos for the last couple months, but other things just always get kind of in the way, and I want to make sure that I make a point of filming these once a month because it really was a good practice for me to pull from things that I may not want to pull from my collection on my own, because I was randomly drawing the items that I was shopping my stash with. And I did do a declutter shortly after my last video in this series, and I had to update my spreadsheet, which I feel like is not quite perfect even still. Like, I've reviewed it a few times now and I feel like it's not quite perfect. So potentially I'll pull something that is not actually a part of my collection anymore. That's entirely possible. But in any case, I feel like I need to just get back into it so that I can enjoy my stash a little bit more wholly, and I can use items that I may not otherwise want to reach for, and items that aren't part of a current project pan as well. I think that that's a big benefit of doing the Shop My Stash. I decided I didn't want to share with you guys the products that I pulled from my last rotation because it has been quite some time and I haven't reached for some of them in a couple months. They have found their way back into my collection. One of them was decluttered in that declutter that I was talking about, so I figured we would just kind of start a little bit fresh. Even though this is like a pretty new series to me, I just want to start fresh. So I have actually gone through my Google spreadsheet and added everything into a wheel in Tiny Decisions. This app is amazing for randomly drawing items from your spreadsheets so that you don't have to go back and refer back to the spreadsheet in order to see what the items are. So this is just going to be so much easier for me. That way you guys can see with me what items I'm pulling. And then I've decided what I'm going to do also is like actually go and shop my stash, like go through my makeup collection and pull the items with you guys, kind of swatch them on camera in like more of a vlog style. And that way, as I pull the 5 items that I'm drawing, I can actually pull a couple more items from my collection that I feel might complement them or might work really well with what I'm panning. And that way it's a little bit of a hybrid of a Shop My Stash. So I know it seems like a big change in this project or in this like series, but I'm really actually super excited to be doing it in this way, and taking the time away from this series actually I feel like is going to be beneficial so that I can feel reinvigorated and come to it with a fresh new mindset and a new view. So I'm really excited to start out this new style of Shop My Stash. I really hope that you guys enjoy this new format of Shop My Stash. I'm really looking forward to giving it a try, seeing how it works for me. But in any case, I am so excited to pull the randomized selection of products. So let's just do that together. I'm just going to randomize them back to back, and then I'll talk you through the products when we're going through my makeup collection. So the first item is going to be two lipsticks already, okay. Item's actually already in a project pan. I didn't end up removing it from my spreadsheet, so let's just pull something else. So we actually pulled 3 lipsticks from my collection, so let's go take a look in my collection and see what else I want to pull for the next month. So we're going to start here where most of my eye products and concealers live. The item that I pulled that actually belongs in this drawer is this number 7 single eyeshadow in the shade Moroccan Sands. This is a beautiful warm toned eyeshadow that has this stunning sheen to it, and I'm gonna swatch it for you guys. I feel like it doesn't really do it any justice when you swatch it, but well, yeah, it's actually really beautiful. It just has this like foiled kind of look to it, but it's like a sheer foil. And I actually really like wearing this as a blush topper to add some more warmth to some of my blushes, to add a luminous finish to my cheeks. And I just find that it helps to like just really add a lot of beautiful dimension to my complexion. So I am going to be reaching for it probably mostly in that way. And I think this is like the perfect time to do that because I do have a bit more of a tan. So I'm really excited to use this. And while we're here, I do also want to reach for this. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Coverage Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Light Warm. This line is no longer available. This isn't something that Urban Decay offers anymore, but I have had this. I think this is the oldest, yeah, this is the oldest concealer that I have in my current collection. So I just want to reach for it and see if I still love it and if it's something that potentially in the future I'd like to pan, or if I just want to try to make myself reach for it a little bit more. But yeah, it's the oldest concealer, so I should probably reach for this. And one more thing that I do want to pull from this and try to integrate into my looks this month is this Z palette. This contains all of my depotted Colourpop single shadows, well, Colourpop shadows that came in palettes. I recently decided to depot them all into here and just kind of create them in my own kind of color story, and I think this is so much more inspiring and I'm so excited to reach into this. So next we're moving down one drawer to my lip and eyeshadow palette drawer, and there were 3 lip products that were pulled in the randomly selected portion of this video. So the first one is this lipstick by Mellow Cosmetics. This is the matte lipstick in the shade Nude. This is a dusty mauve kind of cool toned lip product, and I have previously panned this in the past. I used a fair amount of the product up. I've been wanting to reach for it to see if it's something that I want to pan in the future, so this is going to be perfect to reach for and to integrate into my looks to see if it's something I'm still interested in utilizing. And another one of the randomly generated lip products was this one right here by Catrice. This is the Generation Plump and Shine Lip Gloss, and this is in the shade Shimmery Goldstone. This is a beautiful, like, brownie, pinky nude for me, personally. Like, it's great as a nude on my complexion, and it does not want to focus. It's this lip gloss right here. It finally focused. I hope it stays in focus. And it's just a beautiful pinky brown kind of shade. Mostly a brownie beige kind of undertone, and then it has a ton of very small shimmers in it that I think just offer the most flattering finish on the lips. And as much as I'm panning a Pacifica lip gloss at the moment, I can never have enough lip glosses to reach for, so I'm excited to reach for this. And the last randomly drawn lipstick is this one by Catrice. This is the, come on, I hope it will focus. This is the Power Plumping Gel Lipstick in the shade 090, which is The Future is Femme. It's a beautiful red raspberry kind of shade, and it's this sheer formula that I think is just so nice for this time of year. So I'm really looking forward to integrating this into a lot more looks. And seeing as I pulled for my Colourpop depotted shades, I won't be pulling any of my eyeshadow palettes this month, but potentially next month if the opportunity allows. And then we'll go into my complexion products, which is an absolute chaotic mess, but it just works for me. And I did pull one product in my randomly drawn portion of this video, which is this right here. This is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I've told you guys recently that this shade Light 6W is a little bit too fair for me. I feel like you can just tell in comparison to my arm here. However, I will then pull this by First Aid Beauty. This is their concealer. I have mine in the shade 6, I believe. Yeah, this is the shade 6 in the Bendy Avocado Concealer. And I will cocktail these together to get my perfect color and just play around with this combination. I'm also going to pull this right here, and this is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm. I have mine in the shade Nectar. I think this is going to look amazing paired underneath of that Moroccan Sands as a blush. And I just think this will look amazing under that warm eyeshadow. This is such a beautiful, like, how would I describe this? Like a muted peach kind of shade. It is absolutely stunning. I haven't reached for this formula once this summer, so I'm really excited to reach for this and to integrate this into my routine a little bit more. I also want to reach for this. This is the Derma E Sun Protection Mineral Powder SPF 30. This is like a brush applicator SPF powder. So I think this is going to be really good to touch up my sun protection even when I'm wearing makeup. I haven't really been wearing tons of makeup outside of the house, but this is the perfect time of year to reach for this because my skin is a little bit more oily and I do need to more frequently touch up my SPF without necessarily caking on a ton of liquid sunscreen, which I find really does clog my pores. So this is going to be a lot of fun to try out and to integrate into my routine. I also want to reach for this and hopefully just finish this up this month. This is the Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Primer. I've had this kind of sitting around in my collection for a while now, and I do count these in my makeup inventory, and this is something I don't want to count in my makeup inventory come November. Thank you guys so much for watching and for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed this new format of Shop My Stash, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!